Welcome back. Those of you that are returning, those of you that are new, welcome to my platform. My name is Astraea Love, and I'm going to be doing a reading for you guys today. So I hope everybody has had a good day. Again, my readings are timeless, so whenever you get to this reading, there's going to be messages in here for you, okay? You just need to be able to use your best discernment so that you can pick through the messages, all right? So, I hope everybody is having an awesome day or evening whenever you get to watching this. I suggest that you guys watch all of the readings on both of my platforms. Each reading is going to have a different message for you within it, and all of these messages will help you spiritually grow and progress towards your higher self, aka making connection with God and being basically the best version of yourself. Who wouldn't want that? So, the message that I got, well, before we get into that, we'll go ahead and do the prayer. So we're calling upon the Most High God and the Holy Spirit. We're calling upon our spiritual team of highest light and resonance and the ancestors, and we're asking that they and our spirit guides come be with us now. We're also asking that the archangels put a protective shield around us, keeping us safe from all negative interference and all negative frequencies. We also ask that the archangels, specifically Archangel Michael, protect us from all enemies and from those people who would try to bully us or make us their enemy. I would just like to say thank you, God. All glory, honor, worship, and praise goes to you, Most High. And thank you for all of the messages. Thank you for all of everything that you do. And thank you for the protection. We love you. We love you. We love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Amen. Okay, so by watching my videos, you're agreeing to the contract of being in control of yourself, being responsible for yourself, and with any of the information being channeled. Please be on your best behavior because the Most High God is watching and the Holy Spirit is listening. By watching my videos, you're agreeing to not attack, bully, or persecute me for my calling. Also, this contract includes no bullying me or anybody in the chat. All right, or in the comments. Be respectful. Everybody is allowed to have their own thoughts and beliefs about things, and that's what this platform is for. Making connections with people from all different walks of life, okay? This is not a religious channel. I'm not a religious person, okay? And so there is no religious bullying or harassment. If you're an atheist, just stay away from people who are believers. I would suggest that that's probably the wisest thing to tell somebody that is an atheist or they're just a fool. So y'all are getting your wishes granted. Oh, make sure that you like the video, tap the notification bell, and make sure that you guys are subscribed, okay? So you guys are getting your wishes granted. Welcome in. Gosh, you have such a hard name. Mandip Singh, FDIV. I hope you're having a good day. The wishes that I feel like you guys are getting granted at this time, ding, ding, ding. These are things that you asked for quite a bit ago. It's like, it feels to me like, FD, okay, cool. It feels to me like the wishes that are being granted now are ones that were really well thought through and they were put into the universe like years ago. So you guys could be finding out that you're getting accepted to like new living situations. You could be getting new places to live. You could be getting new jobs. You could be getting new people coming in. Whatever these wishes are, it's something that you made a long time ago and then you forgot about it, and now is the time for it to manifest. So it's showing me that you guys are in alignment. So yeah, I like that. Being in alignment, being in alignment. You know, the thing about being in alignment is you're making the conscious choice to put yourself in a position to where you can be on the receiving end of intuitive information. And so I really like it. I feel like a lot of time when we're not in alignment, it seems like things are not coming to us fast enough because, you know, it's just like, it's like focusing on the other aspect of what you want, the aspect of not having what you want. You could have been more focused on not having what you were asking for in the past. Now, I was shown in the dream, I had like really bad dreams last night. I had total nightmare. But at the end of the nightmare, I was shown that literally, even through all of the bullshit that was happening in the dream, it did not stop my wishes from manifesting. So it's like, whether people were going to mess with me or not, whether these spirits were going to mess with me or not, you know, I'm still going to get my wishes granted. And the wishes that I have asked for are things that benefit myself in the universe. So when I'm in alignment to receive, You know, there may be interference from time to time, but even though there's interference, it's not something that is going to actually stop me. So, you know, you just need to know that if anybody's trying to interfere with where you're headed, with what you're doing, that's just interference. It's like literally being on a phone call with somebody and then the phone just cutting off. Like that could be considered interference. All you have to do is pick up the phone and dial it again. You know what I mean? And you'll reach whoever you need to speak to. So just know that when you're experiencing interference, it's because you're doing something that's in alignment. You're doing something that's going to benefit you and benefit other people. And when your wishes and dreams and hopes for the future align with the bigger picture, things can manifest very quickly. But when they take a long time to manifest, it could be because we're focusing on the lack of having whatever that wish is rather than the manifestation of it. And I know it's like thoughts can be really annoying. They can be in, no, I don't play those games. I don't even know what you're talking about. But yeah, thoughts can be really, really troublesome sometimes when we get to doubting our own worth or getting to doubt our own ability to be able to manifest. Like that's when thoughts can become very disempowering. And I feel like the more that we as a human race choose to think empowered thoughts, the faster things are going to come in for us. Sometimes when we're asking for something that we want, we're not actually ready for it. And that's another experience that I've had multiple times. I've asked for certain things at certain times that I was not ready for, which it would be literally like, what is it? Timeline shifting. It would be like shifting to another version of myself that had not been created yet. So we just have to understand that we're actively with our thoughts and our beliefs choosing what future we're going to have, and we're choosing what now moment we get to experience. So when we align our thoughts and our beliefs with our higher self, we come into alignment with the greater picture of things for us, and it makes it much easier to manifest. So yeah. So yeah. No, I didn't say the word bullshit at all. But yeah, when your thoughts align with the outcome of your wishes that you're wanting. Basically, a wish is something that you want. Sometimes it could be something that you need, but it's definitely something that you desire. Okay, so you could look at wishes as like your wants and what you desire. When your thoughts align with the manifestation, the actual physical manifestation of what you want and what you desire, then the wishes get granted quickly. And it's not like there's some universal genie that's just granting wishes. I don't see it like that, even though I've experienced jinns. Like I experienced them last night. I've experienced them before many times. But the way it's kind of like Wishmaster, the movie series. Oh, you're new. Welcome in. Welcome in. Yeah, it's kind of like how jinns grant wishes. It's like they'll do it like let's say that you ask for like world peace. Then they'll get rid of all the people on the earth. Like they will grant your wish in the most tumultuous, bad way. So that's why I just feel like staying away from, staying away from that type of thing is like really good. Not, if you want to wish upon something, wish upon a star, wish upon your hopes and dreams for the future. Don't wish upon a jinn, because it'll grant your wishes in the worst way possible. And then you'll be like, damn, I wish I never would have wished for that. And then they'll find a way to fuck that next wish up too. So just be aware that when we're talking about granting wishes, you have the ability to grant your own wishes. Okay. You just have to align your thoughts with the frequency of the physical manifestation of what you want to create. All right. Or what you're desiring. Now, when our wishes are not in alignment with the greater picture for us, we could be wishing that somebody comes back to us. We could be wishing that like a certain person falls in love with us. A lot of the times those types of wishes don't get granted because they're not in alignment with the bigger picture, because we're wishing for something that would really not serve our highest and best good. And so that's why I feel like if you guys are like, wow, like for example, I had one client that was wanting to get a BBL surgery, and I was like, she's like, why is the money not come in to get this BBL surgery? And I was like, because the surgery could possibly kill you. And so, like just be grateful that you can pick up. I mean, specifically for this person, because I was like, are you going to go overseas to have it done? They're like, yes. Okay, you're going to go into another country. Okay, no. I was just getting the biggest warning signs in the world for that person. And I told them the reason that the money hasn't come in is because it would cause you bodily harm. And so that's why it wasn't manifesting. So just know that if you have a desire or wish that's not being granted to you, there could be a bigger reason, like the fact that that wish could destroy your life. That or it's something that you don't need, or it's something that you really would not want. And so take into consideration when you're waiting upon the universe to deliver you your manifestation, take into consideration. Welcome in Landlin Monton and KH. I'll just call you KH. But yeah, like just take into consideration that if your wish, what you're wanting, is not in alignment with your highest and best good, that wish may not come into fruition. And thank God that it doesn't, because seriously, who would want oh, good evening to you guys as well. Welcome in, Q Black. Who would want to have their wish granted to them in like the worst possible way? That's why I think about, when I think about jinns and wishes and stuff like that, I feel like wishing is the same thing as having a desire. When we're seeking, validation from outside sources, we're wishing that something on the outside of us would give us the feeling that we really need to get from the inside of us. So I feel like when the inside of us aligns with the external manifestation, then that creation or that wish will be granted with ease. If there's a lot of resistance, it could be because, one, you're focusing on the lack of having whatever the wish is. Two, it could be something that's not for your highest and best good. And three, you could just be not ready to experience that part of wish fulfillment yet. That doesn't mean that you're not going to be. It's the same thing as wishing for a husband at like 20 and not being ready to be married until you're 30. That type of energy. Okay, so just look at it through that lens, and you guys will be able to discern what wishes are in alignment with your future and with your highest and best self, and which ones are not. Sometimes we're wishing that people would take us back. That's one thing that I was like, no. Or we're wishing that somebody specific would fall in love with us. Sometimes the wishes get really silly, and it's like the reason that those things don't manifest because they're not going to serve us. On our journey, we have like a limited amount of time while we're here. So the most important lessons are the ones that are going to be learned. The ones that are like not as important, like Jimmy, Johnny, whoever falling in love with you or whatever, those people that are not important to your journey will not show up in your wish fulfillment. Welcome in, Manuel Delgado. I hope you're having a good day or evening or night, wherever you guys are at. So that's my thing with wish fulfillment. And it's not to say that your wishes won't be granted. You just have to look at those three things. Are you in alignment with that wish? Is it even a good wish for you? Some of us will be like, I wish to win the lottery. But if we were to win the lottery, we would not change the mental structure behind prosperity and abundance. And so that money would come in and it would go out really quick. And then we would have to wish to win the lottery again. So this is why sometimes people who win the lottery, they end up, oh, El Paso, Texas. Nice, you guys. I forgot to mention that at the beginning. If you guys have any personal questions, you can send me a $20 super chat with your question and I will answer your question. Okay. And I'll use another deck of cards or this deck of cards. But yeah, it's like wish fulfillment. It has to be in alignment. Okay. And it has to be, and this is why I feel like wishing upon jinns is dangerous, or wishing with them, or however it's done. It's because the jinn, just like Wishmaster, if you guys haven't seen that movie, check it out. Really good movie concept, at least. Wishmaster is a jinn that has to grant like 1,000 or 1,001 wishes to open a portal to where the jinn live, to let them into our world, some weird shit like that. So it goes around giving people exactly what they ask for with their words, but in the worst way possible. So I was kind of explaining this, like if I were to say, oh, I want world peace, I wish for world peace, then the jinns would remove all humans, and that would probably create world peace. That's sad, but also true. And so this is why I feel like Working with your higher self and the greater picture for your own life is going to be the best way to get wish fulfillment. Not finding a genie. I don't even know how the hell that's done. Not finding a genie, not rubbing a lamp. Because think about this. When Aladdin was getting his wish fulfillment and he was turned into a prince or a sultan or whatever, he wasn't actually a sultan. It was like literally an illusion that faded away. It's kind of like Cinderella wanting to fall in love with the prince. That's her wish fulfillment, but she knows that she can't stay because the pumpkin's going to turn back into a carriage. She knows she's going to have to go back into being Cinderella, that old version of herself, right? And then when the prince ends up finding her, she gets to step. It's like such a story about destiny, yo. Like she gets to step into her own shoe and show the world who she really is. And I think that the glass slipper, the reason that it's clear is because glass is reflective and it reflects who she was as a person. And in the Brothers Grimm telling of the story, Cinderella's sisters chop their toes off trying to get their foot to fit inside the tiny glass slipper. So that just goes to show you that when people try to walk in your shoes, when they want a destiny swipe and shit, they have to cut off part of their foot to fit your mold. Just know that. All right. I also get that, the wishes of the people who are wicked on this planet will not be granted. Not in this day and not in this age. 5 of Cups. Interesting. So the 5 of Cups is all about this person crying over spilt milk. This is like literally when you make a mistake, like spilling milk, and then you sit around and dwell. Whoever this person is that's, wanting to steal your wish fulfillment, okay, because they think that it would suit them. This person is a weirdo. They could have just literally lost a relationship, a friend, or a valued possession, or you could be that friend that they just lost. Literally. This person could also have just gotten divorced or could be getting a divorce. They feel like maybe leaving you was, maybe this person feels like you were their wish fulfillment, and by leaving you, they gave away their wish fulfillment. That could very well be what this 5 of Cups whining and crying about you is. I feel like if people don't have the sense enough within them to value you on a soul personal level, like in any type of relationship, then they're not really worthy of you being there, like through thick and thin. I just feel like if people don't have the common sense to love you for who you are, then they shouldn't be in your life. People that cannot love their children for being LGBTQ plus should not be in their children's lives. Being a two-faced bitch, like, is not cool. It's just not cool. And the thing is that you could be dealing with somebody that holds a whole different belief system than you, and they're crying because you don't want to communicate with them anymore. They're crying over spilt milk. It's like, well, when they had you in their presence, why didn't they value you? You probably would not have turned away. I feel like this person, they're after your wish fulfillment. This person could have been trying to destiny swipe with you. And it's real weird coming from like an ex or a spouse. Like, that's really weird. Welcome in, Rico. But yeah, the 9 of Cups is the wish fulfillment card, literally. And then the 6 of Pentacles is like concerns over self-worth. Maybe this person didn't feel like they were enough financially. I feel like this person is having to meet some type of payment, and they're pissed off about this because they're not able to put you in the position of being the beggar. This person in the past, their wish fulfillment was seeing you eat out of a fucking trash can and be on the streets. And this is one reason why I will always tell you, I'm doing a tarot reading. This is why I will always tell you guys that, when you wish ill on other people, you better be careful because that shit could actually happen to you. Anybody that's going to put their attention on this type of shit, like wishing that somebody else would be in the streets begging and being broke and homeless and shit, those are the types of people that will experience this. And I do feel like whoever this person is, they could be going through a major tragedy right now. They could be literally losing a home or a valued possession, like a friend or a relative or something like that. And they did not learn how to appreciate anybody in life. Queen of Swords, you definitely cut this person off. The Queen of Swords, what I love about her energy is even though she has been hurt throughout life, she always uses that sword to cut off people that don't mean her any good, to cut off people that are working against her. She also will use her tongue like a sword to cut people down, to tell people straight up no. Sometimes all you have to say to piss somebody off like this is no. And like they're going to get real triggered by that. So I feel like, you know, if you told somebody no because they were being abusive or neglectful or psychotic or greedy or weird, then you told somebody no. You can't renege on what you said just because it makes somebody else upset. Just understand that had you not used your, and when we're doing tarot, because we both, every human holds feminine and masculine energies. So take the gender out of tarot. The cards, each card in the deck represents a different phase of life. So, you know, the Queen of Swords is somebody like, you know what it feels like to be degraded and for people to not know your worth because you've been around people that really did not mean you any good. That's like literally what I'm getting. Like their intention for you was to gain something from you and see you lose something. And this is where this person got everything fucked up at. This is where they made their first mistake, was wanting, first of all, they're in deep regret and grief because they made this mistake, but their first mistake was not valuing you when you were around them. This person could have learned a lot. Oh, from Sweden. God bless Sweden. That's amazing. Like this person could have learned a lot from you, but they chose, you know, this other path of trying to see you down and out. But, you know, anybody that's going to be wanting to wish down on another person while wishing that they had what that person had, those people are always going to see what they wish for another person happened to them. And that's what I feel like. This is the only reason this person is grieving now, is because what they wanted for you is happening to them. This person's being made a beggar. They can't meet payments. This could be payments on a house, on a property, on a loan, whatever this is. Their property is being revoked and they're being kicked out of something. 10 of Swords. Like, I'm not joking. This person wanted to see you poor, homeless, and betrayed, because we know one of those swords could have taken that person out. 10, that's like obsessive. That's like how the whole people in the Senate all stabbed Julius Caesar. Like, it's unnecessary, you know? Like Lizzie Borden took her axe and gave so-and-so 30-something fucking whacks. One of those whacks would have been fine enough. This is why this person is in a pit of despair. They tried to 10 of Swords you. Now this person's acting like you victimized them because you decided to no longer tolerate their bullshit. Like literally. You decided to call down some form of judgment. And it's not like you're judging this person, but you called for the situation to be assessed because this person was really trying to do something very unfair to you. They were trying to like use jinns and stupid ass entities to evil wish on you. And this is backfired because you're not keeping an open door with this person that's feeling victimized by your success and your wish fulfillment. This person feels like you getting what you want means that they'll never get what they want. This person is not going to get what they want because what they want is hurting another person. That's why it's not going to happen for them. God made you so strong that you are able to detect when people are on the dumbness, and you can just boom, cut the connection right there and walk away. A lot of you guys are healers and you're people who do not have a problem with telling other people no. This person was like going to try to, you know, backdoor you in some type of way, go behind your back and shut all the doors that you had just, that God has opened for you. Like, tell me how somebody is going to literally, for this person's wish fulfillment, for you to be betrayed and homeless and begging and out in the streets eating out of a trash can, for that to come into fruition, this person would have to literally go and try to undo what God has already created for you. And that is foolish, okay? Trying to control God, that's dumb. Like that's what this person is a victim to themselves, okay? They have victimized themselves with this ridiculous thinking that they do. Like this is stupid. But you need to know about it because you need to know that you made a good decision when you told this person no, that they were not going to value you either way. Okay. And this person's just pissed off because when they were in your presence, they didn't see your door to value. Now they see it wide open. You're walking through it into your wish fulfillment. And this person's like, well, they victimized me. I can't be a part of that. It's like, well, this person's intention for you was always to backdoor you, to undo something that you had created, or to block and stop you. And this is why they are blocked and stopped, like literally. What they focused on for so long that happening to you is happening to them, and they feel like they have no control over it, and they don't. Like, this person is a victim to themselves. This stupid wishing evil on people will always backfire. That's like the definition of a backfire. Yeah, these people were up under the moon, trying to astral project into your dream state, trying to affect you while you were sleeping. And they really messed up by this. Some of you guys like literally can just jump out of your body in the astral realm and slap somebody out. This person did not anticipate you being able to make it through these evil wishes. I was literally getting that there was 3 evil wishes that were sent or directed, and none of these actually affected you. You could have had a bad dream or something, but these wishes did not manifest. If they had, you would be in the position that this person's in, and that will never be your destiny, because it's just not. Poverty and lack and being broke and homeless, eating out of a trash can, that is not y'all's energy. Okay. Literally, the Queen of Swords is not somebody that gets stepped on by other people. This is somebody that knows when to say no, and they also know when to walk away. And you did exactly what you were supposed to do. Yeah, you're walking away from the devil, which could be walking away from sin. It could be walking away from, and when I say sin, I use that very loosely because I'm not a judgmental person. I think sins are just mistakes, okay? And so we all make mistakes. None of us are perfect. And it's not like you're expected to be perfect. The divine realm sees that you're doing your best, and that's good enough to give you an Ace of Pentacles, which this could be part of your wish fulfillment. See, the 6 of Pentacles energy, where this person wanted to make you begging them to come back and all this dumb shit. Like, the reason that this moon magic with the devil has backfired, especially when it comes to domesticating you, is because you're not some type of heathen like this person is. Okay, you actually have an Ace of Pentacles that's here for you. Literally, you have an Ace of Pentacles that's here for you. And I don't feel like this Ace of Pentacles, this is God's hand. This is your pennies come from heaven. You will always have abundance. Okay, that's part of your destiny. It's part of your future. It's part of your wish fulfillment. 10 of Cups. It's part of you getting your wishes granted, you having money and abundance. Like, everybody needs money. The thing is that this person treats money like they treat people. They don't value the money that they have. They don't appreciate what they have. They're always looking to needing more, and that's just being greedy. Like, this planet does not suffer from a lack of resources. It suffers from a lack of love. Okay. And this devil energy, it doesn't have to mean the devil, but it just means like the South Node, the lower nature of mankind. This stupid devil moon magic crap. I don't know. I think it's a really weak way to try to get your desires granted. And I feel like you have not had to do any type of weird rituals or anything like that to get your wishes granted. So it just goes to show you that, you know, what this person wanted was not in alignment. Welcome in the gratitude, 10 of Wands, because they wanted you to carry this whole 10 of Wands, all these wands by yourself. And no, you're not going to carry this person's burdens. They're burdened because they aligned themselves with the devil. That's their own fault. That's not even anything that you had anything to do with. Like, this person was greedy and materialistic. They wanted you to be the sacrificial lamb, you to hang on a cross, and you to be the one to carry the burdens. This is like somebody that will not stop trying to put some type of generational bullshit on you. You're not going to carry these burdens that you don't need to carry. You can see in this card that this person could put down those sticks at any time. It's not like it's like the person could drop the burdens, but you're dealing with people that are too ignorant to do so. Like, literally, they're too ignorant to drop their own burdens. And this is why the wicked do not rest. There is no rest for the wicked. It's like proven to be true. These people are, first of all, are up all night and Just to let you guys know, if any of you have any personal questions, you can send me a $20 super chat with your question, and I will pause the collective reading and I will answer your question. Okay. But yeah, this moon magic, it's like this person stays up all night. This is one reason that they're not dependable in their life. You're actually getting sleep. This person's trying to astral project into the dream state to see how they can spoil your wish fulfillment. And they were trying to use some type of jinn energy. And this is basically burdened them. It's not burdened you. Like what this person saw in the dream state was that even though these people, this energy was after you, that you're still going to get everything that God has for you, obviously, because God is involved here. Three of Pentacles. You guys also have a soul tribe of people, an entire community that's going to back you on whatever you choose to do with your destiny and your fate, okay? So it's like there's going to be a lot of business offers, I think, when it comes to business. And I do feel like this Ace of Pentacles is taking a lot of like anxiety off of your shoulders, because you know that you will always be provided for when you trust in God. When you trust in the Most High and the divine realm to give you your wealth, you will always have things that money cannot buy, like beauty, health, happiness, peace. Welcome in, Fashionista, and welcome in 6717. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. But yeah, so, you know, just be aware that somebody is looking at your wish fulfillment as victimizing them, but you being able to support yourself and your family and the people that you love, I don't think that's hurting anybody else. And if this person disagrees with me, then oh well, they just need to take it up with God, because your money comes from a higher power. Yes, it manifests in the physical world, but this abundance that's yours comes from a higher source, okay? Higher than what our egos are vibrating at right now. And it's a source that's reliable. You can trust, just like you cannot trust this other person, but you can trust God. I will tell you that. And you go to God by going within yourself. And if you want to call it meditation or just going within, taking your awareness and going inside yourself and finding that core that is God, okay? It's the same energy. You'll be able to dissolve any type of issue by going within. And when you go within and you heal, you change the future, because that future version of yourself that is healed cannot be victimized, y'all. Like literally, you guys are not victims. This person may have wanted that for you, but that's not actually the truth of who you are. You guys are not victims. You know who is in alignment and who's not. And this person that wanted to see you fail, oh well, like their wishes and desires are not in alignment. It doesn't matter if they use 1 or 3 jinns to try to manifest this dumb shit. It's not going to ever happen. Ace of Cups, because you're loved by God and the Holy Spirit and the angels and your spirit team. This Ace of Cups, the Ace cards are better than the 10 cards in the deck because they come from God. This is like an overflowing cup of happiness and joy that only God can fill. And it's like you have this already. You've already attained it. You could have very, very loving family and very loving friends, you know? Like God could be manifesting itself through the people that love you to show you different aspects of God. And I do feel like God does that. God will come through our parents at some times to show us another aspect of ourselves that we can look at, to show us another avenue that love can be gained. But then when God comes through us, that's when we tap into our own self-love. And when we fill our own cups with our own God energy, what do we need another person for? Not to just like poo-poo other people, but literally when you can fill your own cup of love and joy and peace, what would you need? And this person wants you to need them. What would you need another person for? And this is why this person is outdated. They're not in alignment with your future. Their attempt to create this stupid shit is not in alignment with your manifestation, and it's not in alignment with what God wants. And God wants to see you happy, okay, and healthy and whole and all of that. And so this person, God will sit around, the energy of God, the love, joy, and peace in the universe will sit around forever and wait for people to change their ways. So just know that God has got a level of patience that we do not possess as humans. And God is something that is manifesting itself in time, but it's also a timeless energy. So where this person is like, it's got to be on my timeline, like they're a control freak. Yeah, they underestimated your strength here. What I can see. See that lady? She's closing the mouth of that lion. These people, they underestimated the strength of love, the power of literally love and happiness and joy and peace, the essence of God. This person underestimated what made you strong. They thought that maybe you were becoming strong off of doing low vibrational things, and I get that you've always been a very strong person. This person just didn't have the eyes to see you the correct way, and that's not your fault. You know, the only thing that you need to go within and heal is why you've drawn this person into your reality and why they won't go away. Because this person, you've already cut them off and you said no to them, and I'll be with you as well. Yeah, you already cut this person off. You said no to them, and they chose to make you a target for their evil wish fulfillment because they weren't able to see what they wanted, what they wanted for you happened to you. I mean, you're not in alignment with it. It's point blank period. It's like, had you been doing bad to people, maybe something would have occurred. But because you turned away from somebody that was doing bad to you, you're being rewarded, literally. Eight of Wands. And it's got this person feeling like they're at a crossroads. The Eight of Wands is like being at a crossroads, being at a point where you can make one of four choices, going in one of four directions. Welcome in, Amelia. And I feel like, you know, you chose to go within, you chose to heal, and you chose to be a strong person. That's an actual choice. To not think weak thoughts, to not doubt yourself, to not doubt your connection, to not doubt your discernment. That's not weak. That's powerful. That's very strong energy. It's trusting your intuition. You trusted your intuition and you followed it up by inspired action with the Queen of Swords cutting somebody out of your life. And by doing that, you dissembled their timeline proposal that they had to ruin your life. You basically, and that's why this person is acting like they're the victim, even though your success is not hurting this person. All this person needs to do is turn away and look somewhere else. Like, they should look within, but that would be too much like, right. Oh, thank you so much, Amelia. You're awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I am so grateful for you guys. And I love that you come on here and you spend time with me and with God. It's like such a beautiful thing. It's so good. I am so proud of you guys. It's really hard sometimes to say no to people who keep pushing a subject or pushing an issue. You guys were dealing with people that were very materialistic and they focus only on like the physical side of life, to where they're not seeing that everything is spiritual. And I feel like you guys are here. Yes, finally, North Node is here. You guys are here to inspire other people to become more spiritually based, to become more focused on what they can see in the spirit than what is manifesting in the 3D. Nasty narcissist, literally. I feel like this person they thought that they had more power, or they thought these genies had more power than what they, like, I don't care what spirit or deity somebody works with, it's not more powerful than the Most High, than the high vibrational love, joy, and peace. Like, what can top peace? So anyways, this is why it's not working. Eight of Cups. Like, literally, this person has to walk away dissatisfied while being up under the moon through all moon phases. I look at those two moons in the one being a one moon as like all moon phases. This person has to walk away completely dissatisfied with their ideas not working out for them. They also might want to, they're tired of the current situation of you winning. And I don't care how tired they get of that. This person would start to win if they would focus on themselves. Like, seriously, all of this, and it's not even envy or greed. It's like competition or something like that this person feels towards you. And that's why I was like, it could have been destiny swapping. Either way, it's just somebody that's welcome in, Grace 5299 and 4874. I hope you guys are having an awesome evening. So yeah, or day, wherever you guys are. So this person walking away from the plans that they had made to 10 of Swords you, to put you in a position to where you couldn't recover. Now they're having to recover and they're acting like they were victimized, even though this person is playing the victim. Like, I literally get that this person was trying to hack your devices and get into your phone, and none of this worked. Like, they're not a professional in any type of way. Professionally an idiot, like literally. But I do feel for the most of you guys that this strength that you have is something that you had to learn about. You know, some of you could have been aware that you were very strong, powerful people from the very beginning, but I feel like the strength of your character is something that you learned over time. And you followed, you know, the divine guidance that was given to you, and it's led you to become a very powerful individual. And anybody that wants to detest your ability to have what you desire and what you deserve in this life is going to have to take it up with God, because God, if God said you can have it, who in the hell is going to say that you can't? Like, who in the hell, who in the heaven is going to say that you can't have something that God already gave its signature to, metaphorically? 10 of Pentacles. And this is where I go back to the very beginning, like an Ouroboros. This person is grieving because they can't see you homeless. This person was like so excited when they thought that you were homeless. I'm like literally getting that they're delusional. You know, they wanted to see you begging and eating out of trash cans. That's what I was literally shown. And I'm like, wow, that's pathetic. And there were three jinns that this person was working with. Okay. And they're like, oh my gosh, they were so surprised when the first evil wish they made didn't work. Then they made a second one, didn't work. Then they made a third one, and they're like, now what's going on? Why? Like, I've wished evil on everybody else and it happened. This person's not understanding that when you're protected by God, you will be protected in all ways, and from every angle, all sides, every part that the light touches and every part that, you know, the darkness touches, you are safe. Okay. You live in a much better place than they do. Exactly. Exactly. A lot of you guys are living in your heart, and this is why you're trusted by people. This is why people want to work with you. They want to collaborate. They want to support you because you are a heart-centered person. Not everybody is like that, though. 5 of Pentacles. I'm not even joking. These people wanted to see you straight up homeless, probably with a freaking, what is that, a crutch or something? Like, they wanted to see you completely disempowered and disabled, and they had no legitimate reason to wanting to see that other than they're an evil sadist. Like, this person is a narcissist and a sadist. They like to see people that, anybody that they feel that hurts them, they want to see that person suffering the worst things that could happen to them. They're a weirdo, okay? I'm like literally getting that this person has the mindset of like a serial killer. Like, they're actually dangerous to be around, so you cutting them off was the best thing you could have done. Literally, the best thing that you could have done. You live in a mansion. I love it. I love that. That's awesome. So why you're being rewarded is because you deserve to be rewarded. You've done everything that God has asked you to do. And I feel like this 5 of Pentacles energy is this person's having to walk away from trying to make you homeless because now they're homeless. The irony. This is like the universe. This is like when this person focused so hard on homelessness, all they did was attract that energy to themselves while being super reckless with their spending habits. Now they're up under judgment and they can feel the heat of the fire. This person is like, dang, the universe is really judging me for what I tried to do to that other person. And the universe is like, yeah, you're being judged. Like, not in a like, oh, God coming down and striking them with lightning type of way, but in a what you put your focus on, the law of attraction type of way. What you want for another person will happen to you. What you put out to the universe will come back to you. It's the same premise. This person put their focus on homelessness. That's what they attracted into their life. And now they're acting like a victim because they know they've been given definite confirmation that this is a sign that their genies did not do the job right, that none of their wish fulfillment, none of their manifestation techniques or witchcraft techniques have worked. They're like literally getting the confirmation about that. Welcome in H. Kumar and Zelenko and EK8CE. So I feel like the most of you guys, you know, you could very well know that this person's up under judgment and just be like feeling that energy, but not wanting to come near them. I feel like you protecting your home and your peace and your influence and your importance is the most important thing at this time. If think of it this way, if you're somebody that's meant to be influential, meant to be seen, heard, and known by others, and this person's trying to cover you up and keep you from ever being happy or gaining success, then if God has something for you, this person trying to work against what God has for you is extremely foolish. Yes, living in peace and love. And that's the essence of what God is. This is why you are so strong, because you know that any type of bad energy that's sent to you or that's created, that you can always bring it into that love of joy and peace, and it will transmute. I mean, that's love being greater than fear. You also do not fear this person. You had no problem saying no to them. You know what I mean? Like literally. You had no problem saying no to them. And it's okay to say no to people. Some people will think it's unacceptable for them, you know, to be like, you can't say no to me. But literally, that's just the way that they think. That's not the way that the universe thinks about it. You have every right to say no to people, places, and things that do not serve your highest and best good and do not serve you as a person. And you're not going to be held liable or at fault for cutting somebody off. That's just not what's going to happen here. Literally, you're still being blessed. They did. They dug their own grave and then they fell into the hole that they dug for you, like idiots. And this is why when you see somebody slandering another person, when you see somebody bad mouthing, talking down on somebody, gossiping, spreading bullshit, literally stay away from those people, because they're going to be their own downfall. Literally. I was writing an affirmation earlier, and I think it's relevant. It says, if I find out that the words of another have been untrue, I will not argue with them. I will shut the door to my home upon them and will not give them entry to my home. I shall guard my peace like a king guards his throne. So literally think of it like that. Like you are protecting, by you shutting your door and not letting this person back into your life, you are guarding your peace like a king guards its throne, right? And so knowing that you are doing everything in your power to be peaceful. If somebody wants to still be vengeful and weird, that's on them, okay? The lovers, because they want, like, this is the irony of the situation. This person is like telling everybody that they want to love you when they're doing all of this evil wishing. Like this person is seriously needs help. Like they really, really, really need to go to therapy or something, because you are not the cause of their suffering. They are, and they will never take accountability for them being the cause of their own suffering. And they are telling people and acting like they love you with one face, and then they're backdooring you with the other face, trying to betray you. So it's like, you just have to take this person with a grain of salt and know that whatever they're going through, you know, that they're wanting you to relieve them of. You couldn't get rid of this person's karma. You were not there to create it. So how would you be held responsible for what they've done? This is why they should have taken some accountability when they were trying to manifest homelessness, and it actually manifested in their own life, because they're more of a vibration to that. This is like literally just somebody that's more vibrationally in alignment with being homeless than you are. God will always have something for you because you do the right thing. You do right by people. You are here. You actually have a divine love union that is meant to come in this lifetime. And it's not with this person. This person wants you to think that they are your wheel of fortune. But how could another living being be your wheel of fortune when your destiny and your fate belongs to you? Okay, so if this love union, like I'm picking up, is part of your destiny and your fate, aka it is protected by God, and it will come to manifest whether people work against it or not. I mean, destiny is something we can choose to participate in, but fate is something that's going to happen either way, whether we choose to participate it or not. Like, and there's a Greek story about, I forget what the name of the guy is. I'll have to look it up. Let's see. Story. Okay, so this guy gets a prophecy that he's going to end up unaliving his father in the future and marrying his mother. And this guy does everything possible to avoid that future, right? But fate is fate. And so it ends up happening anyways. It's a really good story. It's like a true tragedy. Okay, Oedipus. Oedipus. That's what his name is. I don't know if I said it right. But yeah, the Greek figure is Oedipus, the tragic king of Thebes, famous for unknowingly killing his father, King Laos, and marrying his mother, Queen Jocasta, fulfilling a dire prophecy despite attempts to escape it, leading to devastating consequences for his family and city. His story, central to Sophocles' play Oedipus Rex, explores themes of fate, free will, and self-discovery, ending with his self-binding and exile after the horrific truth is revealed. Basically, that he unalived his father and married his mother on accident because he didn't know who he came from. Okay. So, anyways, just know that if something is fated to be, it's fated to be. It'll happen no matter what. And those are things that we don't need to concern ourselves with because it's going to happen either way. When you worry about something, just know that if the Wheel of Fortune, which is here for you, it means that you got some good shit. Like, it could be money, it could be health, it could be wealth, it could be beauty, it could be peace, it could be happiness, it could be joy, it could be pleasure. All of these things are things that you can attain by going within. This is why you will not be brought off of your path. You know what I mean? Fate is sealed. Exactly. Your success was written in the stars. It was literally written before this lifetime. This love union was written before this lifetime. This person that's in this lifetime now, abusing their free will to try to block your wish fulfillment, they're going to have to go, they would have to literally rewrite what God has set into stone. And that's not possible. 3 of Cups. You are a very abundant person. This person needs to get used to the idea of you being popular, loved, and abundant. Point blank, period. And they also need to get used to the idea of you having successful, fulfilling relationships, because that's also what God has for you. Literally, for you to be such a good person and to do unto others, not to say that you're perfect, but you and for the most part, done unto others as you would have them do unto you. You don't do grime against people. You don't sit around slandering people. You're not engaging in low vibrational behaviors. You're not bullying other people or harassing them or trying to steal something from them. You don't have a bad intention. This is one reason why other people want to be around you, because your energy is good. You know, you could be getting invited to a wedding or to be a bridesmaid or to be a best man or something like that, to a future engagement. Somebody didn't want any type of, they wanted you isolated with no opportunities coming in, broke and homeless, confused about who you are, eating out of a trash can. And this is what this person is going through. And they are like not believing that anything could be more powerful than this genie that they went to, or 3 genies, because I was picking up on 3 different ones. But yeah, they're like, how is this possible? How could this person defeat 3 different jinns? It's like, dude, God, that's how. Literally. 7 of Pentacles. How could this person is like spending all of this money doing all of this conjure work, and they're not getting anything from it. They're the jinns twisting this person's perverted wishes up and making it manifest in the worst types of way. And I feel like that's on them for wishing bad things. Literally. They thought that the tables were going to turn so that your money, your prosperity turned into dust, and their dust turned into prosperity. And that is not, there is no Cinderella shit going on here. Not today. Even though I used that earlier as an analogy, still, you know, this person can't walk in your shoes. They don't fit your shoe size. That's like all that needs to be said. And if this person's of the opposite gender, how can they fulfill a gender-based role that you're already in when they're not even the same gender as you? That's ridiculous. 2 of Cups. Yeah, this person is wanting a soul contract that you have with God. The reason that God has not blessed this person in the way that they want is because what they want is evil. Okay. It's seeing somebody be hurt and seeing somebody be broken and seeing somebody be down and out without any hope. That is why this person's not getting what they desire. And they're over here seeing you get everything that you desire and more. And they're like, well, why am I not being rewarded? It's like, does this person, they're really like, to me, I'm like, they can't be that stupid. Nobody can be that stupid to be questioning the universe as to why what they wanted for somebody else is happening to them. It's like, this person is the one spending their time. It is like an addiction for them. Yeah. This person wanted you to have to refinance your home or move out of a place that you were living in. And now they're being shown that that will never occur. And they're really upset about it. They feel like the universe has just shit on them. And maybe it has. I mean, who am I to say that this person's not being shit on? But I feel like had you accepted whatever this person wanted for you, just accepted it like some weirdo, like some lame person, had you been in alignment with receiving this negativity, then things would look a lot differently. I feel like because you're so high vibrational, you avoided another tragedy because you chose to use your discernment. The Queen of Swords is somebody who uses their discernment, that makes quick decisions to cut people off, to walk away from people who are delusional, and to walk away from people that are, engaging in low vibrational behavior like gossip, slander, harassment, bullying. Once you see that side of somebody and they can be like really mean to people, I just would be like, no, I would just walk away. And that's what you did. And this person's trying to, judge you for that. And they can't really judge you for walking away. This person needs to be concerned about what is coming for them. Because while they're over here trying to be victorious against you, they have done something seriously illegal. Welcome in, Shaman Maria. I hope you're having an awesome evening. They have done something to break the law, the actual physical law, like where there's real consequences. I mean, it's not that spiritual law doesn't have consequences. Let's get the likes up, you guys. But literally just know that this person's actions has consequences. Them trying to make you broke, take you to court, sue you, or falsely persecute you is coming back on them. And it's not coming back on them and it's like they're being punished directly for that. This person has just already committed too many crimes to be allowed to walk free. Like that's what this is. They've manifested their own downfall. Page of Pentacles. This person was hoping they could strip you and your family and your next of kin, whether you have it or not yet. They were hoping they could take a personal legacy that you were going to leave the people that come after you. They wanted to strip that of you and take it for themselves. And because you didn't open the door to the big bad wolf, you have avoided yet another tragedy. This is why I feel like, trusting in God to provide you what you need when you need it. And if you feel like a wish is not coming into fulfillment, looking at those three things I was talking about, one is, are you in alignment with what you're asking for? If you're putting out the frequency of I'm afraid to be successful, but you're wishing for success, that's a counteractive frequency. That's like doing something with the conscious mind and the subconscious canceling it out. So that's not being in alignment with being successful. That's why affirmations work so well. And I suggest that you guys work with affirmations. That's one way to start getting the energy moving in the direction that you want. And then, secondly is this manifestation for my highest and best good? Is this wish fulfillment for my highest and best good? Like I was saying, when we're younger and there was a time when I wished that I would marry Justin Timberlake. Okay, when NSYNC was big and I was a teenager. I do not feel that way now. And so I am so glad that wish did not come into fruition. Okay. And I'm not trying to judge him or anything. I'm just using that as an example. So this person, that's the second thing when your wishes are not being granted is this wish in alignment with my highest and best good? Is this wish a part of my bigger picture? And the most important, because we have a limited time while on this planet. So we want to make sure that our wish fulfillment is in alignment with the major lessons that we need to learn while we're here so that we don't have to keep coming back to repeat lessons because we chose to go down a path that wasn't for us. And then the third thing is this wish going to be for the highest and best good of everybody? If you're wishing for abundance and prosperity and money, it will serve you to have money because then you'll be able to pay other people. So you just have to understand that your life pays for itself and you're not indebted to anybody. Even though this person wanted to turn you into a beggar, that's not your energy. You're the lender, they're the beggar, and they've proven that literally. Literally, this person has proven that. And your people that come after you, whoever you decide to leave your legacy to, will be appreciative of all of the work that you did to build up what you have. And this is the way I look at it. It's like if you were to have 3 children, I would divide the money between them, but I would leave the most amount of money to the youngest person because they're going to need the resources the longest. They'll be on the planet the longest. So like where, the universe has set it up, or at least human society has set it up to where you leave everything to the eldest child, I would not be doing that. Because in my mind, I'd be like, well, I want this resource to last as long as it can last. And so if the majority of it is given to the eldest child, or if there was somebody in the family that I know would just go gamble it up or use it up in a negative way, I would probably leave them less money. That's just being wise with how you invest your time and energy so that you're not enabling other people to be, foolish, basically. So I feel like you guys are very deserving of everything that you've asked for. I feel like you're in alignment to receive what you've asked for, and you've done the necessary inner work that is needed so that you can have your manifestation and keep it. Because it's one thing to gain, just like I was talking about how in Aladdin, he's not actually a prince. Like, I guess he technically is once he marries Jasmine, but like at the beginning of the story, he's not actually a prince. He's a hood rat, street rat, whatever you want to call it, whatever he calls it. It's something like that. But with the power of the genie, he's able to look like he is a prince, Prince Ali, you know what I'm talking about? And so the elephants appear and his crown and his jewels appear and where he comes from appears on a map. And people are like, wow, never noticed that, town or city before. So what I'm saying is like, beyond the illusion of that wish being fulfilled, after it's done, he goes back to being, it's like Cinderella, the same thing, going back to being Cinderella. Like, when we're trying to create wish fulfillment, if we're literally faking it with like fake flexing and shit like that, we're counteracting us actually entering into the energy that we need to be. Like he always wanted to be worthy of marrying Jasmine. He was actually worthy from the very beginning. He didn't need to do all of this prince stuff, but he did it because he thought he needed to. And this is why when our thoughts and beliefs do not align with what is the truth of who we are and where we're going in life, then it will only be a temporary thing. And that's why gaining a wish, like he gained that wish, but it didn't actually make him a prince. It made him appear to be a prince so he could court Jasmine, but it didn't actually make him a prince. So at the end of the day, he's still in the same boat that he was when he made that wish, and he's still that same version of himself before he got dressed up in fine clothes and got elephants and stuff like that to ride. So that's the thing about wishes, is that once you gain a wish fulfillment, like people who win the lottery but don't change the way they think about abundance and money, they'll go through that money really quickly because they've never trained themselves to be able to save money. And so then they'll have to win the lottery over and over again to stay wealthy. And this is why I feel like celebrities really struggle, is because they will gain wealth, but then staying wealthy, that's a whole nother thing. Like that's twice as difficult as gaining the wealth from the very beginning. So it's like, these people that want your stuff, they want your blessings, they don't have the ability to maintain them. This is why they're not being left anything. This is why when they're like, well, God, what does God have for me? It's like literally homelessness and poverty and lack. It's because this person has not done any type of work on themselves. The Hierophant. There could literally be a judge that judges this person in a court of law to leave you alone. I feel like some of you guys could end up getting, restraining orders against this person. That's only if they try to interact with you again. I think that You're going to be fine whether this person tries to come back or not, but they could be wanting to confess something to you or tell you that they had wished upon 3 jinns or whatever stupid shit. You really don't care. This is what I'm like picking up is like, you're so about your money and so about you just living your life in peace that you're protecting your peace like a king protects its throne. You do not care what this person was doing. Like, you know that they were doing something to manipulate the system, to create injustices, to create obstructions of justice. They should confess to God, not you. This is where I totally agree with that. It's like these people will think that to get out of their karma, aka paying for what they tried to create for you, to get out of their karma, if they feel like if they confess to you and get your forgiveness, then they'll be forgiven. This person is mistaking you for God. Like, this person doesn't need your forgiveness. You probably forgave them the moment you knew that they were doing this dumb shit. And this is one reason why you're being able to move forward, is because you did not hold a grudge against them and you knew that there's some stupidness within them that's caused them to behave like this, and that it's not your fault. The only thing that you need to heal is why you attracted this person in from the very beginning. And that's just taking responsibility for being a part of this creation, even though you're not this person's God like they think you are. This person wanted to be God in your life and wanted to take over the position of actual God, and you're over here being God in your own life, creating the outcome to the situations that you want, literally. King of Swords, I'm not joking. This person's going to be judged in a court of law. They're going to be found guilty for something. I don't know if they were stalking you or gang stalking you or whatever this is, but this person's going to be found guilty for some type of crime that they committed, something that they did in the physical world. And they're also being held accountable for what they were doing in the spirit, which was really stupid. This is why if they wanted the police to come after you, to strip you of your finances, to harshly judge you, and to lock you up in prison, then that's what this person's going to go through. And they should never have summoned no jinn. Like, that is, thank you so much, Fashionista, you're amazing. That is fucking crazy. Like, that they would even think that working with a trickster spirit, and all jinns are trickster spirits. I've never ever met one or encountered one that's not. And the worst of the jinn are the people that say that the jinn are good and bad. I don't know. They're all tricksters in their own type of way. They are very cunning entities, and they're of another part of the world where I don't live, where over there they have, in the Middle East, they have complete dominion and control. And so if you guys are not in the Middle East, this could be another reason that it's not working. Also, the fact that you're protected by God. Your wish fulfillment is part of a bigger picture, and so it's protected. This person thought that they were going to sacrifice you and just throw away, like lock you up and throw away the key and never have to answer for anything. And now that they're being held accountable for their reckless behavior, they feel like it's unfair. Yeah, because you're the divine being and everybody sees you as a divine being. Anything that this person says, about you is proven to be false. Literally. You guys are nurturer. You're loving people. You're secure. You're protected. You protect yourself, and you have been, and this is why you cut this person off. This person that was doing all this witchcraft and this nonsense and working with jinns and other weird shit, they did not do anything to protect themselves. Like, what type of witch or warlock are you if you're not doing protection work? Like, what the fuck is that? Like, this person just felt this is how narcissistic they are. They felt completely safe in destroying you with using dark magic and voodoo and dumb bullshit that they have no business playing in. They felt completely safe trying to Stranger Things you, send some demigorgons your way. They were like, literally felt so safe in doing this that they thought, why would I need to protect myself? Like, these jinns are protecting me, not realizing that there is a higher power, higher than the jinn, higher than the devil, higher than everything else. And not only that, the devil still works for God. So it's like everything in the universe is created to bend to the will of one energy, and that is love, joy, and peace. And this is why this person cannot conquer you, because that's how you operate. That's where you operate from. It's more powerful than fear. And even if this person wanted to put you in jail, there's no evidence of a crime being committed here. So, you know, it was very abstract for them to wish upon a jinn for your downfall. Literally. This person was thinking that by them destroying you, they were preserving themselves. But this is self-preservation that destroys other people. If you have to cut another person down to continue to stand, what does that make you? It's like thinking that this person's being publicly shamed. Like, it's like thinking that, like, you have to kill to survive. You don't. Everybody could eat plants if we wanted to. We don't have to eat animals. It's because animals taste good. Okay? They do. They taste good. That's why we eat animals. And our ancestors ate animals. That's probably another reason why we eat animals. But we don't have to. It's like this person believes like that they're in competition for your resources, and they're very, very like competitive and weird towards you. Four of Cups. This person was dissatisfied with their own destiny. They didn't want to know what was coming for them because they knew nothing was. There would be an empty cup given by this fairy hand. Like, this person literally was trying to execute some wicked plan against you so that they could literally preserve themselves, and they've been doing everything to deteriorate and depreciate themselves. And they think that it's not fair, or that the universe has made a mistake, and the universe did not make a mistake. The universe literally answered this person's call with the same energy that they put out, and that's why they're in the position that they're in. And it has nothing to do with you, other than you are the stimulus for this person to summon jinns. I mean, that's probably a lot of work. You know, this person's pissed off because they invested a lot of time and, you know, energy and shit. And so, but they're not getting what they want. Like I said, the jinn, when they grant a wish, unless you're somebody that's super rare and special, okay, like that is favored by the jinn, because there are people who have genie like bloodlines or whatever. Unless you're somebody that's like one of those people that's deeply connected to these beings, I don't see them literally, I don't see them favoring another person unless it's somebody that's deeply connected to them. And so, you know, like, that's why fucking it, literally weird ass sounds in the house. That's why, you know, it's a trickster energy. They'll be, it's like Wishmaster. If you guys don't know about Wishmaster, it's a movie series. Well, there's a genie in Wishmaster who's a jinn who is trying to grant 1,000 or 1,001 wishes. I can't remember what number it is, but it's like 1,000, around 1,000 wishes. And he has to grant them like by giving the person what they asked for in the worst possible way. And so what he's trying to do when he grants that like 1,000 or 1,001 wish, then a portal to the genie world opens, and the genies come into the human world and destroy the human world. And that's like the prophecy. And so in each of the movies, the genie gets very close to actually opening that portal, but always gets outsmarted by a person. Okay. And so, for example, if somebody wished upon a jinn to have world peace, this is the example that I use, they would probably get rid of all people. Okay, that's how they would grant their wish. So this person is being, you know, bored, discontent, and they're dissatisfied with their wishes not being granted in the way that they wanted. In fact, they're not being granted at all, which is why I feel like you guys are favored. Yeah, Wishmaster. Yeah. So literally, it's a movie series. It's like a horror franchise. I haven't actually watched them. I watched a video about it, and I just thought that the idea is genius. And it's so accurate to how jinns operate, because literally they think that they're better than people, and I'm not going to argue with them because they are better than a lot more people, but they're not better than everybody. Not everybody is the same. And so how they respond to different situations is going to be based upon the karma. And you know, I don't see a jinn ever wanting to get in the way of the creator. And that's where I feel like they fucked up at. This person was putting more trust in external forces than what they could do for themselves internally. And they trusted in something that, you know, tricked them. And so they feel deceived. Knight of Cups, literally. This person was like, oh, I'll just come in, you know, give them a love offer, be really charming and romantic, just like Aladdin. When Aladdin wants to date Jasmine, he's like, I got to become a prince. Let me go wish upon a genie so I can become a prince. But if you don't know, at the beginning of Aladdin, when he first encounters the genie is like, you can have 3 wishes, but you can't wish for more wishes. You can't wish for somebody who doesn't love you to love you, and you can't wish for somebody who is dead to come back to life. Those are like the 3 restrictions. And so this person wishing for you, for death to happen to you, or for you to even accept their love offer, they cannot make you, the genies cannot force you to fear this person or to fall in love with them. That's something that they don't have the ability to do. Okay. They can make this person look sparkly and charming as this person thinks they can look, but what they cannot do is force your heart to feel something for them when you don't. You know what I mean? Like, it's just impossible. And anybody that messes around in love magic always pays a price. There's always something negative that happens when people mess with other people's free will, especially trying to manipulate the way that somebody feels. You're a deeply intuitive person. You cannot be manipulated by your heartstrings. Somebody could play on your heartstrings and try to guilt trip you all they want, but you're not going to get back in a relationship with somebody just so that they can betray you, and you know that. You know what time this person is on, and it's not God's time, because if it was God's time, they would allow literally divine timing to just occur and not try to force shit that shouldn't be. It's like literally you should not be with this person. That's why their wish fulfillment for you is not going to come into manifestation. They're never going to be around you, close enough to you to see you going without or eating out of a trash can. That's ridiculous. And them wanting to sue you or take you to court or legally pursue you when they've committed crimes is foolish of them. Especially for them to think that they're not going to get, they're dumb on dumb time. For them to think that they're not going to get caught when they always get caught. This is the type of person that doesn't just commit one crime, they commit 10 at one time. And then they keep going on thinking that they'll never, ever be held accountable. And this person is truly shocked that these jinn can't get them out of jail, that these jinn can't make you love them. There are certain things that spiritual entities don't have power over. And jinns are not gods. They're just another type of spirit. Knight of Wands. This person feels like, because why the Knight cards just came out next to each other is all the different masks that this person wants to wear by wishing upon these genies. Like they want to come in as the romantic partner, the sexually seducing one, like literally. But the Knight energy is somebody that comes in, acts like they are there to save you, and then they leave suddenly. And so what in the hell? Why would you want that? When you can have the emperor and you're already the empress, why would you accept a lower denomination? It's like Delulu. Literally. This person thought that they were going to defeat you with lies and false accusations. And there's nothing backing this person. Even these jinns can't create what they want. And this person probably feels like a loser, like they do. King of Cups, because they were advised. There is some type of lawyer involved in this situation that advised this person. You know, this could have even been a spiritual practitioner that was like, yeah, you know what, I would not, that ritual that I gave you, or that ritual that you showed me, I would not do that. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. Page energy. Literally, I would not do that. I would not try to take this innocent person to court and take their money from them. I would not try to stop God's plan for their life. You know, this person was warned to leave you alone, but they felt like because they had these jinns on their side that they were going to be more powerful than you. And they just did not see your door to value. They didn't understand you have a connection with God. The star. They did not understand that you are the star. This is the new age of Aquarius, which means the old way of sacrificing people, throwing them under the bus and trying to frame them and set them up. It's not going to go. Not in this new age. The new age of Aquarius is no longer the age of Pisces. The age of Pisces was about sacrifice. That's the age that Jesus lived in. We're in the age of Aquarius now. This is the age of new consciousness, new thought, and bigger opportunities, better situations, which means that it's going to be much harder to trick the collective and to trick a group of people, especially like a jury or something like that. It'd be very hard to trick a jury into coming for somebody who is completely innocent. It's not gonna go like it used to go. Anybody that's trying to use children to sacrifice them to gain some type of material wealth or some type of stupid gain, those people will be sacrificed themselves. It's like literally the end of that cycle. And this person is pissed off because the transition of power puts the ball in your court and removes it. And just think about what court is. It's court. It's like a tennis match. You're playing back and forth with the other person, hoping that the other person drops the ball. So, it's like you hope that they don't hit the ball back into your court, because then you have to keep playing. And court costs can be very expensive. This could be one reason that this person cannot pay their rent, because they're getting persecuted for the crimes that they committed and they're having to make court payments. This person could have gotten a DUI or gotten, in trouble for being intoxicated in public. It's what just flew out in the reverse. The Four of Swords in the reverse. This is like a funeral. In the upright, this card is a funeral. In the reverse, oh, no. It talks about this person lacking their own point of view. Like they're unrealistic and unable to communicate with others on a project, especially when it comes to setting you guys up. They're creating the conflicts that's holding up progress. Like I said, this person is their own downfall. And then they need to prepare or update their will. This is a warning for this person to stop playing with the jinn, stop playing in shit they have no business playing in. It says conflict continues to dominate their lives. Yeah. So, literally, they're confused as to why you're the star and you have a hidden talent. This person's like, how dare you not show me every part of yourself? How dare you have this hidden talent that I cannot capitalize off? If I can't capitalize and pimp you out to the highest bidder, then I am going to put you in jail so that you can't make money with this gift and talent. And the universe is like, no, you're not going to block the collective. We've had enough. Literally, when it comes to your work or whatever you do for work, you're not going to be blocked, because what you're doing pleases God. It pleases the universe. It brings about justice and love and peace. And so whatever you're doing that you're working so hard on, you're encouraged to continue to do it. Just because this person was wishing that you would stop doesn't mean that you're going to stop in your tracks and be all randomly confused about who you are. You know who you are. You know why you're here. You know what your purpose is. To share this talent that you have with other people, to get other people inspired to share their talents with others, like to keep spreading the light. Light begets light. This person is operating from a place of darkness, and they don't want to do the shadow work because they're afraid of their own shadow. They need medication and therapy, and probably rehab. Yeah, Four of Wands. You're completing a major project here. And this is another reason that this person is so upset, because they feel like you are making new milestones that they cannot compete with. They cannot take you to court and sue you. They can't bring false charges against you. There's nothing that they can do to manipulate this justice that's coming in for you. And when this person continues to spy on you, Page of Swords energy is all about being a monitoring spirit. They're looking to see if you're doing magic on them. You're not doing any magic on them. This person's own spirits that they summoned are working against them. That's crazy. But you are magically protected when it comes to the justice system. Any type of injustice being brought to you will fall. Like it's faulty. And it's gossip, it's slander, and it's hearsay. And people know this. I think that whoever this person was trying to trick about you, about your fame and success, maybe they were saying you slept your way to the top. How was that even possible? If you're like an influencer or a reader or something like what I do, how can you sleep when you're on social media? How are you sleeping your way to the top? How the fuck is that possible? People are delusional. You just have to understand that you're here to impact the masses. You are going to have a couple people that are led down the wrong path by their own foolish choices. But again, they're coveting this fame and public recognition and success that's already yours. This is something you already are in. They can't negotiate with the universe to strip that away from you. If you're meant to be seen and heard and known and and your wisdom is of value, then that's what it is. And people need to stop trying to change the truth to be a lie. Like, that's what I feel. People need to accept the truth that they are not in control and that God is in control when it comes to people's fates and destinies. And we should leave it up to God because God doesn't fuck up. But people, they do. They make mistakes. And this person has made too many mistakes. And like literally, pray for them, because the best thing that could happen would be this person somehow develops a connection with God, goes within themselves, does the shadow work, heals themselves, and then chooses to move forward and leave you alone. That would be the happiest, most butterfly outcome that I could think of right off the bat for this person. Are they going to do that? Probably not. They need a divine intervention. This person needs to be put in jail for a couple of days to wake up. Like, they need somebody to come slap them upside the head and say, hey, what you're doing is causing your own suffering. And it's not doing anything to this other person that you want to destroy for no really given reason. No, like and to further my point, the justice system found out that this person is some type of ex or ex-friend or ex-coworker or whatever. They're from your past. And this is like when they were like, oh, immediate dismissal of whatever this dumb shit is. So when this person was going to lie on you, they thought the genies were going to manifest the reality. This is how delusional they are. They literally thought the genies could switch up the reality so that you were guilty for something that you never did and some place that you never were. But this person was actually there. And so this is why they're being charged with a crime, because they were doing something they shouldn't have been doing. And if they were doing it in your likeness or saying that you were involved in it, this person has implicated themselves in multiple crimes. Hermit. Yeah, I think that the justice system already knows that you're in hermit mode and that you're extra diligent about who you allow around you. This is one reason why it's not believed. It's kind of like how people will come for celebrities, you know what I mean? They'll like come for a celebrity that they know has money, and they'll make up some stupid false charges, like what they tried to do to Cardi B. And then they'll get in a court of law and they'll think that their magic or their manipulation, because that's why I saw with Cardi B's situation when she went into court and somebody was trying to sue her for battery or assault, and she did not touch the person. Literally, they were just trying to get money out of her because they got fired because they were illegally filming her and posting it onto social media when she was in a hospital. And that person worked for the hospital, like bullying her while she's there getting her baby checked on. That is some low, low shit. And this person got fired because they violated HIPAA. And so they were trying to sue her because they got fired. But she's not the direct relation to why they got fired. They got fired because they violated HIPAA, a privacy act, by filming her and putting her on the internet like that, by bullying her. They violated HIPAA. That's why they got fired. So again, the case was dropped because it was clear. It was obvious that this person is on some dumb shit. And I feel like that's what you're dealing with here. Somebody that's just on the dumb shit. And they don't want to give up because they feel too committed. They feel like they've already invested so much. This person was already making deals with your future with some type of weirdo here. And like literally you intuitively picked up on this energy with your high priestess ability and you averted tragedy. You literally walked away from this person. And this is why you're still a 9 of Pentacles, able to stand on your own 2 feet, being self-sufficient, not having to eat out of a garbage can, not having to beg this fucking weirdo. Even if you were eating out of a garbage can, you would never go back to this person and ask them for anything. So this whole idea of summoning jinns to get you to do that was stupid from the beginning, because you would never do that. Like literally, you're still this energy you've always been. Even though this person tried to rip you down, they wanted to take you out of the Queen of Pentacles. They weren't able to do that. Now they have to face actual imprisonment, actual jail time. And this person needs it. They need to be locked up for at least a few days to get it through their mind that what they're doing is creating this reality where they're going to be in prison. And if they continue to abuse their free will, then God will do something to spiritually imprison them, which could look like being paralyzed. It could look like having a stroke, having a heart attack, being put in a coma. Those are all purgatory states. And I'm not saying that anybody that's had those experiences has done something bad to deserve that, because there is always accidents. But this person, everybody is creating their own reality. And so if this person continues to abuse their free will and continues to abuse these jinns by trying to wish evil on you, evil will happen to them. The worst things that they want will happen to them. So this person sees you being abundant. They think that your wish fulfillment is tied to money. And this is why they don't understand you. Your wish fulfillment is not just tied to money. It's tied to all of the things that money cannot buy. And that's things that this person cannot take from you. The things that God gave you, when God gives to you, God doesn't give to you as the world gives to you. God gives to you in a way that it cannot be taken. And this, even if somebody tries to take your life, literally, they can't. They can't take your life. Not in this way. Not with jinns, not with spirits, not with spiritual tools, not with any of that. Okay. This person would have to literally come to your face and try to commit a crime, and they would not get anywhere near you to do that. So just know that you are protected by Archangel Michael with the temperance here. Because you chose to use temperance when it came to this person, you are getting your wishes fulfilled, and your wish fulfillment is protected. And this person is getting sacrificed because that's what they wanted for you. They wanted you put into the hangman is all about being like in limbo, being stuck in a position to where you can't move. And that's what this person wanted. They wanted you to feel like you could never move forward with saying no to them. Like with you saying no to them, they felt like you should never be allowed to live your life. And that's not what the universe has for you. It's just not. This person was very vain to think that they were that important, that they were more important than God's bigger picture. That's very vain. Two of Wands. You're over here like working on your creative visions, waiting for your ships to come in, and you're making those goals and achievements a reality. And this person is thinking that it's magical wish fulfillment or that you have a genie somewhere. I don't mean to laugh at that, but this person literally thinks you have some type of jinn that's over here like, you know, making shit shake. I don't know, shaking the money tree, you know, keeping you with this abundant person that's got creative ideas and is able to flourish, not even realizing that it's God. The whole time, where all of this protection comes from is God, where all of this grace and mercy comes from is God, where all of these blessings come they're from God. And so this person has got you messed up in their mind. They also feel like if you're working on becoming this emperor, this enlightened being, and again, ignore that this person is old. The emperor represents somebody that has mastered their own emotions, somebody that has matured and become who their highest and best self is. And so this person sees you working towards becoming everything that you've ever wanted and more, and they feel like that if they can't be a part of it or if they can't make money off of it, then you shouldn't be able to do that. And the universe is completely disagreeing with them, that you're going to be able to inspire other people and help yourself as well. This person wanted you toiling and working. Like this person wanted you working on projects that only they could benefit from. They wanted you continually toiling in labor like slavery. This person wanted to enslave you or pimp you out. You could look at it in two different ways, but they wanted to use you to get finances. That's what their end game goal was. They were going to lock you up, take your projects, pretend to be you, and try to backdoor you. And it has completely backfired because you've mastered your emotions. You walked away from them. You told them no, and you're not telling them your secrets. You're not telling them anything that could be used against you. And you're definitely not sharing your projects and your dreams with them. You know, like God will always make sure that you have everything that you need, because what you need from God is within you. You can't get it on the outside of you. This is something that you've already realized, that what God gave you at birth, which is what this Four of Pentacles represents. This crown here represents the spiritual authority. This heart represents a good, pure heart. And these roots right here, the pentacles on the bottom, represent your roots and your connection in life. God has blessed you with DNA that is selfless. God has blessed you with DNA that's got light codes in it. You've healed this inner child, this inner version of yourself that you felt like, you know, you couldn't fully invest in your ideas and dreams. Literally. Yeah, it's not on the outside of you. God exists within. And the kingdom of God, all of that, it's within. You go within yourself and you find that love, joy, and peace. And that's where you find God. God is never going to be in an opposite frequency of love, joy, and peace. That's why God can be trusted. The human world, can't really trust the human world, but you can trust your gifts, you can trust the divine, and you can trust Archangel Michael to serve up a can of whoop ass whenever it's needed. Okay. And I feel like you guys are protecting your energy. You're staying in the light. You're focusing on your mental health. You're focusing on your physical health. You're focusing on what you're here to do. And it's got somebody feeling insecure and unstable. Yeah, because they were trying to compete with you with the Five of Wands. And tell me how 5 people are going to pull apart one destiny. I mean, how does that even get divided up? Like if this person, they don't understand that if their plans were allowed to go through, that they would be the most miserable. They would be much more miserable than they are now, thinking that their wishes are going unfulfilled. If this person actually ended up hurting you when they did their life review at the end of this life, they would send themselves to hell, because hell is like a place that is a collective creation, and it's also an individual creation. When people feel like they deserve to be punished, and that what they've done when they see their life review, you know, they judge themselves and they send themselves there. Or if they commit suicide, they feel like they're unworthy of life, they send themselves to hell. This is not, you don't have to do anything to punish this person. They are their own issue. They are their own enemy. You're not even this person's enemy. That's the most random shit ever. For this person to have come for you like this, to be competing for your resources, trying to cause you bad luck, I feel like that's delusional. It's delusional to compete with another person for something that is only theirs. You know what I mean? And I feel like these people are very frustrated. They're very frustrated about hitting a dead end. They also don't want to go to jail. So they're trying to like come back in some type of way so that they can get you to go to jail for them. There is no switcheroo. There's no jinn that's going to be able to grant that type of wish. Like some things are just not going to happen, and we have to be able to accept that shit. Like if we're wishing for something that just like I gave the example at the beginning of this reading, the girl that was asking me about why the money didn't come in for her BBL surgery, and it was because she was going to go across seas to a foreign country where she didn't speak the language, and she was going to get this surgery there, and it was going to be at a lesser price with a doctor that is shady, and it could have killed her. That's why the money didn't come in. So this person being like, why is the wish fulfillment not here? They need to look at what they were trying to create and what that would do to the world. To remove you from a position of power where you're being a light to other people, where you're helping people change their ways and go within, that would be very detrimental to the planet at this time. And I feel like this is why, you know, this person was shut down immediately from trying to walk in your shoes. They were told no. And I do feel for some of you that this is somebody of the opposite sex, which makes it even weirder. What type of man is walking around wanting to live in a woman's shoes? Like, I mean, that sounds like a normal type of situation, but if you think about it, it's really not fucking normal. And so that's why, and this is not my opinion, but the other countries, when they look at transgender issues, they believe that it's a mental health issue. I'm not saying it is, but they believe that it is. Other countries will diagnose that as mental health. Okay. And so it's like this person needs to understand that their mental health is not good. And so for them to be wishing bad on yours, it's not going to pan out well for them, especially if this is a man wanting to wear a woman's shoes. And there is nothing wrong with men that want to dress up like women, but it's another thing to want to become somebody else. That's where it's crossing a line. That's where it becomes strange. Like there's nothing wrong with men that want to dress up like women. That's fine. I have no problem with that. But somebody that wants to become a woman, not just a woman, but they want to become you, like that's not okay. Okay? Because they don't have what's necessary within them to fulfill the destiny that you have. And so it's unrealistic for them to want to go through this weird, and it's not a weird change, but it is weird if you're trying to straight up become somebody else and be them and then get them locked away or whatever so that you can be them in public. Like that's fucking skinwalker shit right there. That is like some horror movie crap, literally right there. That thought is crazy. So you just have to understand that the person that is doing this is crazy. Like we won't call it mental health. We'll just call it what it is, delusional. It's crazy. and it's unstable. Because the truth is that if this person was living in your life, they would be forced to basically behave, and they don't want to do that. Like, your path involves integrity, and they don't have that. So how are they going to be able to be you when they don't have any integrity within them? Like, that's integrity is something that has to be like learned, I think. And this person has never learned to be a good person. They've never learned to do right by others. They've never learned to heal. And that's something that you were here to inspire them to do, but they took that inspiration as something to be competed with. And that is a very weird perspective, because how can this person compete with an outcome that is already, you're already living in? Like, you're already yourself. If God wanted two of you, God would have made two of you from the very beginning. Since God only wanted one of you in this universe, God manifested one of you. This person should try to go look within, and if they want to be a woman, become a woman, or a man, or if it's a transgendering in the other direction, that's their choice. That's something that they can choose to do. But what they can't do is become somebody that they're not. And especially if they're trying to become somebody that is a good person, and this person is not a good person, there's no genie that can just manifest this person to have good karma and good integrity and good genetics. Like, it's not possible. I mean, genies could probably do a lot of things, but this type of shit they cannot do. And so this is why you guys need to pay attention to your dreams at this time, because you could be getting signs that somebody was trying to play around in your dream state, trying to find out what you're dreaming about, what you're focusing on, where your messages come from, where your connection is, so that they could wish on a genie to end that connection, so that then this person could then try to pick up the same connection that they tried to sever off from you, which is impossible. You cannot cut somebody off from God. That is something that no human will ever do. Okay. It's just leave it in the box of things that will never happen. All right. Just leave that in that box of things that will never occur. Because you cannot, when everything that's in creation is still God's energy, it's still made up of God's life force energy. Okay. It's still the same thing. It's only because we're perceiving it that it looks like something else, but it's actually, everything is the same energy. That's the whole thing about oneness. This person, they would be much happier being their authentic self, but they don't know how to go within and find that authentic self. And that's why they think that they want to be you or want to compete with you. That's literally why. They see you doing something that's sparkly because you're the star, that's bringing about new thought, that's innovative, that's inspirational, that's positive, and they're like, I want to look like I do that, but they don't want to actually do that. They want to like backdoor everybody and be, this is the type of person that would like, if like, let's say you do something like what I do, you do healing work or you do cards. This person would be setting spell work in the background and then trying to pull cards, and none of the shit would look right. And so it's like, this person would be much happier just being themselves and figuring out who they are. Then in the process of them figuring that out, they could learn how to love themselves, which is something that you are already doing. And this is why you are inspiring them it's like having a negative reaction. Like, it's like literally you are the cure to this person's insanity, but every time they try to take the cure, it causes an adverse reaction within them because they will not look at themselves and they won't go within. And so that is just basically what's happening here. And so you don't need to fear anything. You guys are completely protected. Ace of Wands, this is a perfect time for you to begin new projects, for you to climb that mountain, for you to literally start a family, for you to begin new successful things. This is a perfect time. Don't think that this person's wishing against you is ever going to get them anywhere. It's really not. I feel like people would respect this person if they would leave other people alone. But since they can't mind their own business, they're going to be forced into some type of jail cell, either in the spiritual or the physical or both, where they're going to have to sit down and think about what they were doing and why they were even doing it. Page of Wands. Yeah, because you're already here creating something that's going to last generations to come. And this is healing work that your ancestors couldn't do. Maybe some of you guys, some of your ancestors, and again, everybody's got ancestors from all over, If you can track your ancestry, that's awesome. But like literally, we have spiritual ancestors as well. You know, you are healing something within your ancestral lineage that no person before you could ever heal. This is why it's so important for you to continue moving forward on your journey, to not look back and to not believe that you are blocked by no stupid jinn. And I'm not calling all jinn stupid, but this person, their idea of how things work in the world is infantile. It's like somebody watching Aladdin and then being like, oh, I know how to solve my problem. I'm just going to summon a jinn and wish that this person was taken out of their position of power and I was put there. Like, it does not work like that. That's not how reality is. Not in this dimension, at least, not in this world. And so you got to forgive this person because they're foolish as shit. But, you know, it's just so that you don't harbor any negativity towards their actions against you, because then that would be like keeping a cord connected to them. It would be keeping an open door. When you hold on to a grudge with somebody, or you don't like heal that feeling of being hurt by someone, then you're basically keeping an open door to them, because you're going to revisit that energy at some point in the future. And where you have already cut ties, you've cut cords, you're like, I don't want to revisit this connection ever again. This is severed. This is over. This person is going to have to deal with it. And they're going to have to understand that they're blocked because they were trying to compete with something that was never meant for them. Whatever you're here to do is not meant for this other person to do. If this person was doing what you do, they would make it look bad and they would depreciate the value of whatever you're already creating. And so this is another reason that they're not going to be allowed to take your place. Oh, you guys are so welcome. I love you so much. Literally. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you guys for not reacting to this person and their drama. Literally, you have the whole world here to offer you new jobs, new career choices, new opportunities for change and influence. You guys could be becoming literally social media influencers, or you could be expanding your horizons when it comes to work and business. This is a great time to do that. What you plant will grow. So just know that as long as you continue to nurture those passions and the things that you love in life, those things will nurture you back. It's always a symbiotic, like shared relationship with the earth. Anytime we come into union with the world, we are a part of a collective, a bigger creation, and we're also have our own individual energy that is nourishing those things that we have planted, like dreams, hopes, visions, ideas, like all of that stuff. Those are things that we can plant and we can grow and actually give birth to in the future. And so this person, they don't have the ability to create like that because they're not creative, and their perspective is like watching you and becoming you is better than them doing what they are here to do. And this person has no idea why they're on this planet. You may be the person that awakens them so that they go on the journey to find out why they're here. But this person, they're not here to take your place. Yeah, this person is the fool. So just know that they're being very dangerous with this stupid behavior, walking very close to the edge of that cliff. The universe is not going to catch this person if they fall. So they might want to be mindful of the fact that the world is already backing you. I feel like a lot of you guys are going to find out who this person is through a dream, or you're going to just pick up on who they are. You may hear their name, literally. I feel like these genies do not like this person. There's this one reason why they're not, and I don't think you can just, I don't know how it works, but I don't know if you can just, like, I thought you had to have a lamp or something. I don't know if you can just summon a genie randomly and then force it to do what you want it to do. Like, even in Wishmaster, the genie comes out of like a crystal, like a fire opal. So again, like, it's always attached to a physical object. And back in the day in the Middle East, okay, when the people that were in power, they would have the houses of the general public searched, and if there was any contraband that would be called genie contraband, the people in that house, everyone in that house would be executed. That's how serious they took this genie shit back in the day. And that's a literal thing. Why they started putting the genies in lamps was because first, they were putting them in their precious gemstones and their crystals and their taboo items that they had in their house, right? Like that were either buried or they were concealed in a type of way that it obviously looks like it's for some type of use. It's not out in the open. I mean, who would leave their jewels out in the open? But still, these people were not allowed to do that. And so why the genie and the lamp thing came into importance was because people were still going to work with jinns, and so they started, you know, binding them to these regular ass oil lamps that nobody would ever suspect. And so that is where that comes from. But yeah, people would literally, if they found out that you had a jinn in your possession, you could literally lose your life for that and the life of everyone in your household, which is crazy. So they take it really serious over there. This person is not from the Middle East, so I don't welcome in Phoenix Empress. I don't expect them to like respect the Middle Eastern culture. And the Middle Eastern people, I do see that they respect their culture, and so this person was foolish for attempting this. I mean, it was always going to backfire. And they believed because they had a little bit of witchcraft knowledge that they were going to be able to do something that even a master at working with jinn would probably have an almost impossible time doing. Because anytime you go against the will of the creator, you're swimming upstream. It's like an uphill battle that nobody is going to win. All right, you guys, thank you for making it to the ending of this reading. I love you so much. Please like this video, tap the notification bell, make sure you guys are subscribed. If any of you are interested in learning how to read your own tarot cards, I have written a book. The link to that is in the description box. It's called Visago Tarot Card Spreads and Spells, and it's basic manifestation techniques that work with the major arcana cards, like the Lovers, like the Hierophant. I'm like trying to find them, like the Justice card. And so for each thing that's on this card, there is a tarot position. So you get to really, it helps you move beyond self-limiting beliefs. And in the back of the book, there's like a compendium of my knowledge of what it could mean if cards come out with one another. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm going to do the Reiki and then I will finish with the sound bowls. Thank you so much, Phoenix Empress. Okay, you guys, so it will help you to drink water after this attunement, okay? I'm going to do some Holy Fire Reiki. It's an energy healing practice and technique, and it's the most powerful out of all of the Reikis. I started with Usui Reiki, and then my aunt, who teaches Holy Fire Reiki, she certified me, and so now I do Holy Fire Reiki because it's the highest vibrational. Okay, so you guys will want to take in a deep breath. You're so very welcome. It's my pleasure. Take in a deep breath, okay? And just envision a beautiful white light surrounding you. We're going to start with going in through the crown chakra, okay? We're going to bring that holy fire into your crown chakra and expand your consciousness. Okay, we're going to help you balance out that crown energy so that you can be in your power and be completely activated. So if there was any issue with trusting God, we're releasing that right now. Okay, now we're going to move that energy into the third eye. We're going to open that third eye, peel back any veils and any layers of debris, of psychic debris, and we're going to just charge up that third eye chakra. And we're putting the holy fire seal into that chakra, layering it, and just expanding it so that it's in balance with the crown chakra. Okay, now we're going to go down to the throat, and we're going to open the throat chakra and clear out any old energies, any fear of speaking your truth. And we're going to balance your energetic field and flush it with the holy fire. Take a deep breath. Okay, now we're going to open up the higher heart chakra, which is going to be opening up your thymus gland. Okay, so you may feel a tingling in your chest at this time, or a heat there. This is all good energy. So it's just basically opening up you on the inside with your thymus gland. Your higher heart helps you connect with the source and with the infinite love of the universe. And now the heart chakra, we are going to open the heart chakra and instill that holy fire into the heart to mix with your Christ threefold flame. To bring into balance your heart energy, we're cutting any cords that are attached to any of the chakras. We're calling upon Archangel Michael as well to cut any cords attaching to the chakras. Okay, now we're going to go to the solar plexus and we're going to release that inner child energy that could be stored up. Okay, and we're invoking and evoking the holy fire into the solar plexus to balance out your energy field and to cleanse you of all impurity. And to release any thoughts and feelings that have to do with self-worth. Of you not being enough, you are more than enough. Okay, now we're going to go down to the sacral chakra, and that is right below your belly button. Okay, so we're going to open the sacral, and we're going to clear out the duality chakra and clear out the soul star chakra, the seat of the soul, which is how your soul sits in your body. Take a deep breath. So we're going to cut any cords that have to do with relationships that are toxic, both in the past, present, and the future. Okay, and now we're going to go to the root chakra, and we're opening the root chakra, and we're also grounding your energy. So you may feel some tingling in the bottom of your feet. Make sure that your feet are on the ground. Okay, and we're clearing out any thoughts and beliefs or safety issues with the root chakra. And then we're going to rebalance. Okay, and we're pushing that energy down into the earth and bringing it out around us. You can envision a white light completely surrounding your aura. We're going to seal this energy in with the holy fire seal so that it lasts. I mean, this will cause you to go through a major cleanse. And thank you guys so much for all of your support. Okay, and we're just going to balance the fields a little bit more. And this is going to be a great time to release into the holy fire any thoughts or beliefs or worries that you have at this time. Just go ahead and release that. Any thoughts and beliefs that you feel are blocking you, any fears, this is a perfect time to transmute those energies. So we're calling upon the feminine and the masculine energies of God to fill your aura and to balance you out. Okay, so while that is doing what that's going to do, I'm going to play the sound bowls and then I'll let you guys go. Okay. All right, we're going to start with the sacral chakra bowl. everybody. Thank you for making it to the ending of this reading. I love you so much. Have a wonderful evening, afternoon, night, whenever you're watching this. And it was so nice to interact with you guys. This was a really good reading, okay? So please like the video, tap the notification bell, make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a wonderful evening. God bless you guys. Thank you, everybody that donated. I really appreciate your donations, your support, and your love and your kindness, okay? I'll see you in the next one. Bye.